Hello and welcome back. Today is the 3rd February 2019, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use built-in password managers in WinRAR, Peazip and Zipware, which I've got on the Windows 10 machine, and how they work, plus the 7-zip and Bandizip archivers and how they work if you use the passwords in them, because they don't have built-in password managers. Ensure you back up and test the sample files before keeping important files archived. If you lose your main password to open the built-in passwords, you lose them. Finally, Peazip has an additional key file as an extra layer to open the built-in passwords compared to REST in this tutorial. You can create the passwords in Zipware, then copy them into Peazip and Winrar, but beware, Winrar created archives only work to extract in WinRAR. Now enjoy the tutorial. So for Windows 10, the 7-zip is the most popular one, which doesn't have a built-in password manager, and this is the website you can download the program for if you want to use it. Bandizip doesn't have one, and that comes for Windows. WinRAR has one, as I pointed out. Peazip portable version, which is what I've used, as no installation is needed. You download it from here and then use it, which has a built-in manager, and Zipware has a built-in password manager. So we'll start with Zipware, and this is how the interface looks like once you've installed it on your PC. You got the password icon to reveal the hidden passwords. It'll ask you for the master password when you first create it, and to create it I'm going to create this icon which says create new password file. I created one earlier, we'll overwrite it. To open another one, you can create quite a few password files for different uses, but it'll reveal those passwords for those files. And obviously once you've created them, you can back them up somewhere safe so you don't lose it when you open the program. And this is where you save the passwords, and this is gear one, where you can, once you open the password manager, you can change the master password by clicking on this. And also you got new passwords where you can change the character lengths and so on and so forth, and choose the characters. And once you've done those changes, you can show your password. This is a dummy one, and save it. So to create it, to create a password, you just click on this icon, and I'm going to overwrite this file because I'm already pointing it to that one. And once you've created them, you can back it up to Dropbox to have access from there and keep a backup somewhere else on a USB or something. And then give it a file name. I'll choose test, overwrite, and then it'll ask you for the master password, which I'm going to call test for this exercise. Obviously this is the one you have to make sure is strong and you remember, but if you don't remember this password, everything access beyond that, you lose it, you can't open it. And there's a warning which says only enter passwords on a PC that you trust to be secure. Entering passwords on a PC that has been compromised by malicious software can expose all your passwords. So once you've given it the master password name, click OK, and then it comes up with this structured tile, username, passwords and notes. Here you can do several things. If you go to the Zipware website, on the screenshots, click on that and then scroll down to screenshot 6, which is that one, which shows you how the password structure looks like. And you can change the names, and these are the passwords, and these notes you can change to add URLs and any notes or whatever you want to call. So I'm going to call this test, and I can put a name here like docs, or just call it notes for this exercise. When you made the changes, click Save. If you double click on this password, double click, it copies it to clipboard, and then you click away from that, then go to an image to upload, to drag and drop into the program, or you can right click and select Zipware and add to other, and then you can do Bandizip and 7-Zip and Winrar. So those are the programs I'm going to be testing you on. So once you've got this, we'll drag and drop it into this program. Initially it'll default to zip file. The zip file doesn't encrypt file name. So if I click on encryption and add that password that is in that manager, it doesn't encrypt the file name. And when you click OK, the file is encrypted, but it saves it to the documents folder by default. Because I'm logged in as user, it's put it in my documents folder. Now I'm going to cut and paste it here. So I've cut and pasted the archive zip file, which I just encrypted, and put it in this folder for the test video. If I right click on it, you'll see in one of the other programs the file name is not encrypted, and you can preview it's an image in there, even though it's called archive. So this is what happens with zip files. Now what we'll do is we'll delete this and extract this using Bandizip with the same password. Now because that password's gone, I'm going to copy and paste it again. Okay, I went into Zipware and copied, double clicked it and put it here. So now it's well, let's delete that first. So let's extract it again. There, it's open. So it works, and it works in 7-Zip, and it works in Zipware. 7-Zip, Bandizip and Zipware. Same password. There it is. So now I've opened Peazip to test the archive in Peazip. So right click on it. Because it's portable, it doesn't have that context menu. So if you did install it, you will have the context menu. But if you did do it the portable version, which is the one I use, you extract it and you get that. Then enter the password, which is I've copied and pasted it in there, and if you didn't show it, it does that. If you showed it, it does that. So now click OK, click OK, and the file gets extracted. Now I'm going to show you what Zipware does. Zipware, if you did encrypt zip the file, you can now convert it. So you right click on it, open Zipware again, open Zipware. No, if I did extract it, sorry. I'm going to close this first, open it again. So you can see once you close the program, the passwords go. You have to then open the password manager by typing in the password, master password, and then it'll reveal it. Once you've done that, close this. Now I'm going to put the zip file in there. It's opened it. So there's an image in there, and if you click convert, enter the password, yeah, and then this comes up where you can then convert it to a 7-zip, and notice you would now get encrypt file name and the same password. So to open it, you just do that, but I'm going to close it. So let's get rid of this, let's get rid of this. We can't get rid of that thing. See, the file name is encrypted now, and if you open it in 7-zip or Bandizip rather, it works. If you opened it in 7-zip, Zipware, it works. Now if you did open it in Winrar, you would just put the password in where it says enter the master password, and that works. Winrar will also work with zip file, but if you did do it, you just extract here and just enter the password that you have from the other program manager, because you cannot open the master password manager. So let's do this first. So now if I delete this and then archive it with Winrar, so when you open Winrar, you go to File, and the passwords are stored here. Click Set Default Password, then you enter the password. At the moment nothing is revealed, and this is where you organize the password. So if I now call it test for this exercise, click OK, click OK. Now you can see the other passwords. To add new passwords, you just click add, put the password where it says password label, and then this is called test, and this is test arc. This is where you can put whatever you wish to, but this is where the password goes, the password label. Click OK, and when you are there, once you clicked OK using your master password to open it, you can change at this stage, because you've opened it, set another password, master password, and it'll ask you to enter the new password. So I wouldn't do that yet until you get familiar, but I've opened it with my existing password. Then you click OK, and now you can see all your other passwords, and this is the one we want. That's if you want to show your passwords. Well, you know, you're showing them. Now if I zipped the file, if I encrypt it, if I encrypt the file name, what Winrar does, let's do this like this, use that image. If you use the default setting, RAR4, and then click set password, this is the way it does it here. Because you've opened the password manager, you can now choose the test password we've just chosen for the others. And if I now encrypt it, archive it, click OK, and click OK, it archives it. Okay, I won't close the browser but minimize it, and you can see the picture there. So if I right click on it, because I didn't encrypt the file name, it's showing in the preview. of using Bandizip. So now let's convert this. Let's extract it first in Winrar, using Winrar, and there's my test password. It doesn't do it. You have to enter the main password, click OK. Now you can see the passwords, and click OK. Then it opens it. So Winrar, you have to be careful because that's the way it does it. So now if we did open Winrar, click on that and then zip it, so your passwords are hidden. Test password. Okay, now I'll encrypt the file name using this dummy password. So if you tick that, click OK, go to archive and leave it as default. Choose, and you see it's selected encrypt file name. Choose that dummy password, the same one we used in the other programs, and now it's done it. But if I right click on it, you can't see the file name. So this is how that works. If I extract it here using so I have to open the password manager in Winrar, click OK. It reveals the passwords. Select the one you've chosen to open it, click OK, and then it does. Alright, now if I then use, because this was encrypted in Winrar, if I use Bandizip, you get an error because the file name is encrypted. For some reason it doesn't work, and it's also a Winrar file. Now same with 7-zip. Doesn't work. Same with Zipware. So the other programs do not allow the extraction of a Winrar file. So it's not readable. So this is what happens with Winrar. I don't know what's happened there. In fact, it's encrypted, so we'll delete that one. Now if I extract this, again you have to enter the master password. Let's test for this exercise. Reveal your passwords. Now it's opened it, so we'll delete that one. In WinZip, to create your master password and key file, you go to Tools and then click Create Random Password and File. You got Password Manager, Enter Password and Key File, or Create Password and Key File. So select that. Now here you can select 8 characters is the default. Create a random password. You can limit it to letters and numbers only. You can change the character length and create one. You can then, if you did that without letters and numbers but everything, it shows the whole other characters. So that's how that works. But what we'll do is we'll create a key file. So what we'll do is we'll create a key file, and I've already created it, and I've already exported a backups of the passwords. So I'm going to call this test key file for this exercise, and then I'm going to call it my own password. We'll call it password, and then once the file has been created, you just keep doing this with your mouse to add additional entropy sampling tools, and when it's finished it makes it strong. Okay, so to set your master password, you go to Tools, Password Manager, Setting a Password, option to encrypt a password recommended. So we'll do test and click on key file. This is optional, so I'll import my test key file. Click OK. Now in Peazip, you got in the tools Password Manager, enter password and key file, and create random password and file. Because I've already got the Password Manager open and I've used it as a test file, so if I close this and open Peazip again and then click on Password Manager, it'll ask me for the password and to open the Password Manager. So I called it test, and then the key file I created is also test, which is hidden there. When I click OK, it opens the passwords, right? So to add the password into that from here, which is the test one I've been using, you just double click on Zipware, close that, open your Password Manager, and then click on these three icons there, add. So I'm going to add this password, and then you can keep adding passwords and notes, and in your notes I can then call it, you can either do it there, test. So it works a little bit different to the others, and you can reset it, you can remove passwords. If I create another one, test, let's do another one, and then if I click on notes, I can then do test 2. Actually it's highlighted to test, so if I do that one or double click on it, it'll be test 2. And then to remove the test 2, I just do, if there's several, you just click on that, the highlighted one. So your passwords are created from there, you add them from there and remove them from there, and this is the reset button, which I'll show you in a minute. I haven't used that. You can export your encrypted backup manager, which I'll click and save here. You can save here and give it a file name, or you can do it in plain text for all users, which gives you this password in text. So when I click OK and then go back to the password manager, because I've opened it, it's got all your passwords. So now if I save it, close it rather, and open it again, go to your manager, type in your test name, pull up the key file, click OK, and you got your password. So now you can just either double click on it, or it'll come up anyway. So if I just close that and I want to encrypt this, convert rather, and then because you've opened the manager, you just click on this and then select your passwords. They come up there. So that's how this works. Same principle, but it's a bit fiddly to get used to. And I would leave that as, if you want several images separate, you click that, self-explanatory really, and choose your format from there. I'm choosing 7-zip for this exercise because the video is getting a bit long. Click OK, and then when I minimize that and then open it in the other programs, so we'll open the zip file. Let's delete this. Using, it's encrypted using Bandizip. So an archive from created in Peazip works in Bandizip. 7-zip. Zipware. And let's see, Winrar. I'll just add the password because you're not opening the manager, and it works. So that's how this works in these programs. Sorry about the long video, and I hope you like it and found it useful. And lastly, because I've got the password as a dummy one and I open password in Kaspersky secure check, it'll take centuries to crack that. That's a 15-character one, and in password manager, well, you get the idea. It's taken ages, so I'll just clear that. So just to recap, this is a scenario: built-in password managers in Winrar, Peazip and Zipware. You saw how it worked in 7-zip and Bandizip. Make sure you back up files in case things go wrong, and if you lose your main password, you lose them all. And Peazip's got an additional extra layer of security, as you saw, and you can also create passwords and copy them into Peazip or Peazip and Winrar, as I showed you, to note what Winrar does. Finally, you can copy the test file or the file created using Peazip. Export. Sorry, I beg your pardon. The password file created in Zipware, that one, copy that into Dropbox and open the program so that open the file again to pull it from Dropbox. So copy the file and drop it in Dropbox. Open Zipware, click on passwords, and close, cancel the window, open the password file in Dropbox, and then enter the magic password, which is test for this exercise, but it'll be your one, and then it points to Dropbox and you got your passwords. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Sorry it's been very long, but I hope you get the picture. Thank you. Bye.